Hi, it's Guy Kawasaki. I'm at South by Southwest, and you're looking at Mike Platco, and he is a Snapchat storyteller and influencer. And I am an old guy, and for the freaking life of me, I cannot figure out Snapchat. So, Mike, like, give us. Let's pretend that a lot of old people like me watching this, like, what the freaking hell is going on with Snapchat? So, can you just.
It's a new platform that is giving people the ability to tell stories,
Okay.
Videos and photos, just making them little pieces at a time
Okay.
that are super easy to absorb, and apparently a lot of people are doing that nowadays.
Okay, so we're gonna watch you. You're gonna like give us a little tutorial here.
I absolutely am. So
You're so good at it, you can do it upside down? Or
I think so. Let's see.
Okay.
So the app opens to the camera, and that is why so many people create content. I think it's like something like only 30% of active users strictly absorb. So let's see if we can do this. So you can take a picture, or what I'm going to do is take a video. This is me recording a snap upside down.
So the difference between a picture and a video is holding down the button?
Yeah.
Okay, I got that.
So there's a video there, and it's very awkward, but it's okay. It's an ephemeral platform. You know, you gotta you cherish the awkwardness of it.
Okay.
And let's see, we got the sound on here. So snap upside down. This is the you know, where you can edit it, and there are a couple different things you can do. You can add emojis. They've got a lot of those.
Yeah.
We'll choose something completely random, like I'm gonna give myself a top hat. Why not? So I'm gonna put a little top hat on myself for no reason other than I look great in a top hat.
Okay.
You can add filters. So you swipe over and...
This is all on Instagram?
Yeah, so there are specific ones, like geo filters. This is just in Austin, so whenever you're in Austin, that pops up. When you're in Austin, that pops up. There are... Exactly, so that's a big thing for brands, and like... What's that? Plants vs. Zombies. Oh, that one's nice. But I like the funky ones,
Okay.
like the reverse. So you can see that that just put the video into reverse.
Reverse as in it's speaking, it's playing reverse?
It's playing the video in reverse.
This must be a millennial thing, but okay.
I guess they just like speaking in foreign tongues. I don't know. It's weird, but it's oddly satisfying. You can speed it up. Speed it up a little slower. Slow it down. I like this one a lot, and you can add multiple filters. So I'm just going to hold my finger down now and swipe over again, and there we have all of these filters. I'm going to swipe the other way because these are the Instagram-like ones. This one just makes me prettier. This one is a little, you know, sepia toned. This one is blue, and I wear a lot of blue, and I think it makes my eyes pop, so that's the one I'm going to choose. You can add text. That will be difficult upside down.
Yeah, so far we were running upside down, so now you gotta...
So, since this is random and slow, I'm just going to put something to describe it. This was not typed upside down. The great thing about Snapchat is it doesn't need to be a long form story.
Okay.
It doesn't need to have a start and an end. It can literally be just a random thing, and people will, you know, enjoy it if they like your brand. So I can change up the font, slide that around if I want, even change the color of it if I'd like. Out there.
Okay. And now what?
Well, you can post it. The whole thing I didn't get into is drawing palette. You can choose colors and draw anything you like. That's kind of how I got started on Snapchat, as strictly an artist. That's why I use a stylus all the time. But I'm liking this, so I can post that now. I can do a couple things. I can post it to my story. Now, my story, that exists for 24 hours, and anyone that follows you can see that. And if I post this snap to it, it'll be there, and if I post another one, it will be there with this one, and it'll come second. So you could do 10, 20, 30 snaps, 10 seconds at a time, mix a picture, mix a video, and you can tell a long-form story. I've told Snapchat stories that are 10 minutes long before. I retold all of Back to the Future, just because I'm that much of a nerd and a fan of Snapchat. But you can also, at its core, this is a messaging app. So
Wait, so if I'm telling a story, and I'm adding video to this and pictures to this over the course of a day, when does it die? Because something could be added at 8 a.m. and something at noon to the same story. So does it roll off sequentially? Or?
Yeah. So if I post this and then in an hour I post something else, in 23 hours from then, that first one is going to be gone.
Okay.
So it's like it's not so much I don't like to see it as a restriction or a limitation. It's just a creative problem that you need to solve.
Okay. Okay.
So sometimes halfway through the day, your story doesn't quite make sense anymore because the beginning is gone.
Or what, you can send it to specific people? This is like your address book?
Exactly. So anyone that I follow, I can send them snaps and they just get it instantly.
And how does one find or get found?
So there's the biggest difference between this platform and Vine and Instagram and anything else. There's no discovery. There's no trending, there's no leaderboard. They only just introduced verified accounts and there's only 30 of them. So if you want to start a Snapchat account, you're not going to have anyone following you until you start talking about it in other places.
And
so
then
on your Twitter.
You point them to a link?
They just released the ability to, they released a link that everyone has, and if you click it and you're on mobile and you have downloaded Snapchat and it's the most recent version, then it will automatically add that person. But otherwise you have to remember the username, or you have to, every person has a QR code, making the QR code super relevant again. If I were to take a phone, so let's say you're on Snapchat, I'm on Snapchat, I say, hey, you want to add me on Snapchat? Well, what I would do is I'd go into Snapchat.
And take a picture of that?
And you don't even have to take a picture, you just hold it down, and that'll say, oh, MPLATCO 2 is already your friend. It'd be embarrassing if I wasn't following myself. Or you can screenshot this, or save it to your camera roll anywhere else online, and then in this screen you can add friends, and here's where you would add them by username, or add by snap code.
Now, what happens if your name is, Mary Smith?
Mary Smith.
I want to follow a specific Mary Smith. So I type Mary Smith in there and I find, 1,600. What am I doing?
Well, that's just it. The discovery feature on this is so limited that you have to type in someone's exact username to find them.
Mary Smith 1601?
Exactly, and then only Mary Smith 1601 is going to show up.
Oh.
So if I just type in Mary Smith, all of them don't show up. Only the Mary Smith shows up. Incredibly huge barrier of entry to add someone.
So it's not a contained search, it's an exact match every
You have
time.
to know them. But that's how it started, and then they added the QR code feature, and then they added the links. So they're trying to make it easier, but there's no searching. There's no...
So if you wanted to follow, I don't know, Procter & Gamble, and you don't type the and sign, you type A-N-D, or you put a space between, Procter space and space Gamble, you won't find anything.
Unless someone is squatting on that username, and you add that random person who's not Procter.
And so people have to find, I hope I am Guy Kawasaki. I think I am Guy Kawasaki.
It's a unique name. You might want to jump on it soon.
I think I have it. So then people follow me. And so are you supposed to go and pimp yourself out? Are you supposed to say, hey, follow me on Snapchat? Is that like protocol?
Pimp yourself out? No. Everyone understands how difficult it is. Everyone knows you have to talk about it or no one is going to be there. So it's perfectly acceptable for you to go on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and be like, guess what, guys? Taking the leap. I'm on Snapchat now. Here's my QR code. Here's my username. Check it out. We'll be telling stories.
Okay, so let's take someone random like me. Okay? So now I have Guy Kawasaki. And I pimped it out. And some people are following me. Well, then do I say, here's a short little video of me at South by Southwest, or do I just like contribute to my story all day, every day, and just figure people are coming?
The biggest thing you need to figure out is what you like to do. I mean, no one told you what the rule book is on Instagram.
I wrote the rule. No.
Well, there you go. You figured out what the rules were.
Okay.
You didn't get, it's like, oh, it has to be of food, it has to be of dogs. you figure out what works best for you, and if you want to maintain a brand, what works best for that. But post a lot, post a little, post huge, intricate narratives, post little snippets like that weird top hat thing that I did upside down right now.
Yeah.
And if you're true to who you are on all of the other platforms, then those people who are following you from being told to on Twitter, it's gonna mesh because it's not someone so new and crazy. So just be you and make whatever you want.
Okay, so now let's say I'm doing all this.
Mm-hmm.
My followers, when I do, I can do point to point, right, to a specific follower.
Yes.
I can
if
do
you
public.
follow them. Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's two-way. Okay. I can do public, so anybody who follows me and I follow them.
Public is they just have to follow you,
Okay.
but to like chat with them and send, you have to follow them, and they might not follow you. But
and do people who follow me get a notice that says "Guy just added to my story"? Go look, or what prompts people to go look at my story?
Well, so the most important screen on Snapchat to me is, and I'm going to show you on this phone because it's more populated. This is my actual account. So here's where, obviously, that's where it opens. That's taking a picture.
Okay.
This is the messaging. So individual people sending me stuff.
This is point to point.
Yes, exactly.
So you have that many pending messages.
Oh yeah, like oh look at this. This is from MPLATCO 2, my other. So I just sent that during my other little
And that
thing
constitutes a Snapchat.
That is a Snapchat. Yes.
Okay.
But the more important screen, I'm thinking, is the feed. Now, there's publishers on the feed, and there's live events that are collections of a bunch of different people, but here's everyone you follow.
Okay.
And every time they posted their story, that story gets bumped to the top. So, so this guy posted 1 minute ago. 1 minute ago. Posted 9 minutes ago. Goes all the way down to 23 hours and 59 minutes ago. So if I am posting all the time, you're going to be at the top of that list frequently. If you just post one thing at a random arbitrary hour, then it's, you know, people are going to be sleeping and they open up their feed, it's already down here and it never goes to the top. So it's like you boost your story.
Okay, now, what if you're a brand?
If you're a brand.
Then what?
Same rules.
Same rules?
Yeah, you know, get an account. What stories do you want to be telling? That's, you know.
What brands do you help?
I've been working with Freeform, formerly ABC Family, on their Pretty Little Liars property. I've been managing that for 2 years, and it's the largest branded, most followed Snapchat, branded Snapchat account.
Which is how many?
They get about 1.2 million views per snap, and that's people who actively look at the story, not followers.
Okay.
So that and followers.
So
would be
if you get a million followers on Snapchat, you're doing well.
Yeah, unless you have 10 million on Instagram and you're pimping yourself out every day.
But like car brands have 10 million followers on Instagram, right?
Yeah, but even if the people that follow them on Twitter or Instagram are so compelled to be craving more of their content in other places, if they add them on Snapchat and then they're not really making a lot of content, it's not going to be viewed, and they might get unfollowed.
Now, can Snapchat access my iOS album, or do I have to shoot from Snapchat?
You can't. You can upload a picture. You can send a picture to somebody from your camera roll, and that's even, you know, integrated in iOS.
Oh, in the share dialog?
Yeah, that's kind of a new thing. So here's a random picture I took earlier. So
yeah. Now we're in your album
photo album.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think in more maybe. So Snapchat. Oh, I haven't turned it on yet.
Turned it on. Okay.
So done. So send that. So that'll open it up, but I can't post it to my story. It'll block me from doing that.
Yeah.
So everything you post publicly has to be organic, but I can send that to whoever I want.
Point to point only.
Exactly, and they get it as a message.
Do you think the people at Snapchat, do you think they sat down and they said, how can we make this the most complex, difficult thing to do?
I think they started and they were like, we're a messaging platform.
Yeah.
And then obviously it started to become so popular that they wanted to think about how to get brands involved. So they said, okay, we're going to have public stories. But the accounts are free. You know, you don't have to pay to have an account. You just have to get the account. and they don't offer, you know, I mean, if you're a publisher like Mashable or BuzzFeed and you have these, you know, globally seen Discover stories, which aren't...
But they paid to be there, right?
Yes, and they even sell ad space to, you know, it's like, it's TV, it's snap, 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 ad, snap, 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 ad.
So if someone wants to be inspired by people or brands who really use Snapchat well, who should they follow?
Well, I don't want to, I mean...
yourself? It's okay.
Yeah.
Man. Consider who you're talking to.
I'm looking away, you're the one pointing the camera.
Okay, so follow him. Okay, who else?
MPLATCO. There's so many of us, and so many of us are here right now. My buddy Hunter Harrison, and his username is Hunter Harrison. Frank Dana, he's out here with me.
And what
Sean
about brands?
Brands, Mashable, great. BuzzFeed, really killing it. Pretty Little Liars, I think I do a pretty good job on the account. What other brands do I have on? Yeah.
I learned more about Snapchat in the last 15 minutes and 57 seconds than I have in the last forever. So, Mike Platco, thank you very much for this explanation.
Thank you very much.
I now think I understand it.
Oh, I'm not leaving until I see you get Snapchat and get your username,
No, I got
and we're making a
Snapchat.
story.
Somebody told me I'm on Guy Kawasaki. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.